It seems that Exodus has slipped through our fingers.
There's nothing we can do about that now. They must be as desperate as we are, given their behavior.
And what do you intend to do about Alvin?
If we send him away, he'll only follow us, and we can't neutralize him by force without risking our own lives. Therefore, the safest solution is to keep him where we can see him. Besides, for good or for ill, that man has the power to change the circumstances of any situation. That is not a power to be dismissed lightly.
Nor is the wisdom of the Lord of Spirits.
You told me that normally the 4 great spirits follow you everywhere. Is that for real?
Yes, but...
No way! So how does it feel to command them?
I'm not sure how to answer that. They've always been with me, so it just feels... normal.
They're always with you, huh? So I guess it's like Elize and Teepo.
Interesting. So Elize may feel the same way about Teepo as I feel about the 4. When you put it that way, the way I've treated her seems quite insensitive.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing. I can't afford to get swept up in sentiment at a time like this.
Teepo, please! Stop saying mean things to Leia!
But that's on you, Elize.
No! I don't want to insult my friends!
But at the bottom of your heart, don't you want to?
No! You're wrong! Don't say things like that! Bad, Teepo, bad! Hey, take it easy, you two! But Teepo's been saying horrible things! It's all right. I don't mind.
Always meddling with us just 'cause you're a few years older.
But I like it when Leia meddles.
Yep, she really does feel that way.
Oh, thanks, Elize. Guess I'll keep right on meddling then.
So Zhao is one of King Gaius' henchmen.
One of 4. They're called the Chimeriad, because each member embodies a different weapon of the Chimera. Wings, horn, stinger, and fangs. I've heard rumors about them.
Like what?
It isn't public knowledge, but 2 years ago, hostilities broke out on Shrade Island. Rashugal sent 120 elite soldiers, but the rumors say they were wiped out by 4 enemy agents.
4 people defeated 120 soldiers?
Sounds like we shouldn't wake the beast.
Mission accomplished!
You knew that we'd have to escape, so that's why you left Teepo with the guard.
Yes, I knew that it would end up being Mila who treated with King Gaius. And when Mila fully expresses herself, well, I figured something would happen.
I see why you were cautious.
Yep, just as predicted.
Oh, I know what that's called. That means Mila's a troublemaker.
Yeah, Mila! Did you hear the whole thing?
I can't deny the truth of your words, but there is one thing I'd like to add. By that definition, wouldn't Teepo be a troublemaker as well?
Well,
I guess that's...
What? You're not gonna defend me?
Is it true Hamil was attacked?
I'm surprised that you would care. The people of that village treated you horribly.
It's true that we were bullied a lot.
But there was a man who gave us fruit, and a woman who put a blanket over me so I wouldn't get cold. They didn't deserve to have horrible things happen to them.
I see.
And having a great spirit running wild would be so scary.
It was the Rashugal army that attacked, right? Why would they do that?
I don't know. It seems we'll have to head to Rashugal to find out. And more importantly, to ensure the tragedy of Hamil is not repeated.
Yes. That man in black suddenly started speaking some weird language.
That was Longdao, the language of the clan that used to rule Azul.
Do you speak it?
Not really, but I can understand it to some degree.
But what made him abruptly start speaking like that?
It appeared to be some sort of battlefield transformation. A side effect of his booster, perhaps.
Does that mean I'll start speaking some weird language too?
Then you wouldn't be able to talk to anyone.
Relax, that won't happen. His booster is totally different from Teepo.
And if you did start speaking some weird language, I would totally learn it so we could still talk.
Thank you.
Are you good with languages, though? Well, that's beside the point. Flying was so much fun!
The Wyverns weren't as scary as I thought they'd be.
I'm just glad they didn't eat you.
Too bad they didn't eat Alvin the traitor.
Oh, did I forget to mention Wyverns only eat children? But they don't eat their flesh. They nibble away at their souls, so gently that the kids don't even notice. While you were enjoying soaring through the sky, most of your soul could have been chewed away.
That's a lie. That's total nonsense.
Yeah, I was right to be afraid!
They make it too easy.
And the walking begins.
I'm sure you can see why it wouldn't be practical to ride the Wyverns into Fenmont.
You'd get spotted right away!
Yes, there'd be no avoiding a battle, and civilians would get dragged into it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But is it really okay to leave the Wyverns alone like that?
They shouldn't have anything to fear from the monsters.
Because the monsters are their friends?
Oh, no. The Wyverns may look docile, but they can be quite tough when they need to be. Monsters aren't their friends. Monsters are their food.
Really? Oh, I was right to be afraid!
Ah, what a relief. I should have known things would be fine at the manor.
Yeah, Drissel really kept things together.
Oh, I knew Lady Drissel would do fine. I have great faith in her strength of spirit.
Then what were you so concerned about?
I couldn't stop worrying that I had forgotten to shut off my bedroom lamp.
You were that worried about a lamp?
What if I had caused a fire? I couldn't get the thought out of my mind.
I can relate to that. Once the worry sets in, it never leaves. Ever since I left home, I've been wondering if I remembered to close the lid on my bottle of dried gels.
I certainly hope you did. Dried gels swell up and burst if they absorb too much moisture.
Maybe I should send a letter home and ask Dad to check.
We're on our way to pick a fight with a king, and this is what keeps you up at night?
Many of the provisions we packed are nearing their expiration date.
You sure do sweat the little things. I'm surprised you could handle being a tactician.
It is a tactician's duty to consider and prepare for every possible complication. Momentary oversights bring enduring wounds.
But isn't it also true that a moment's hesitation can lead to a lifetime of regret?
It is, which is why a leader must make snap decisions without hesitation.
Then I shall make the call. We will continue to eat the provisions until 2 months past the expiration date.
Yes, ma'am.
You must love that about her. The fact that she can cut through all your worries in an instant.
Are we talking about the way I feel about her or the way you do?
Back in Fenmont at last.
All thanks to you and the others.
Can you believe this is where we first met? That feels like forever ago.
I suppose it does. This probably isn't something I need to say again. But,
I know. There's no time for waxing sentimental.
right.
Are you thinking about the mayor? I understand how you feel. My teacher at school was killed by that same awful machine.
It's not that. It's that I'm not actually sad at all.
Is Elize a heartless monster?
Elize. Do you think she got what she deserved?
Of course not. The mayor suffered horribly. What happened was so awful.
Would a heartless monster get so mad about what happened to the mayor? Would she shed tears over it?
No, I guess not. We have to destroy that stupid lance.
Why did that Agria girl say such awful things to me? Is that wretched little urchin actually nobility?
Yes, I do believe that she is the scion of the Travis family. The Travis estate was destroyed by arson a few years ago. Most of the Travises died in the blaze.
She lost her whole family? No wonder she turned out that way.
How interesting. You can sympathize with someone you despised mere seconds ago.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of thing Agria would say reeks of naivete.
Perhaps she would. But I find it to be a kind and gentle smell.
I agree. Oh dear. Perhaps we're starting to smell a bit cheesy ourselves.
Thanks, you guys.
Wow! Orda Palace is huge! And it's so sparkly and pretty!
I've never seen anything like it.
The entirety of Orda Palace was made out of a single lumen tree. They channeled spirits to grow it into the shape of this giant palace in just 5 years.
This is a single tree?
Wow, their spirit arts are incredible.
Oh, you guys actually believe me?
No, not at all.
We just thought it sounded true!
Isn't that the same thing?
It must be awful to lose a friend.
Poor Rowan.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm fine, everyone. Fighting such an impassioned battle gave Nachtigal and I a chance to understand each other again. We have walked different paths, but it was good to remember a time when we called each other friend. I have no regrets whatsoever.
I see. Then there is nothing further for me to say.
Do you think that King Nachtigal felt the same way?
For Rowan's sake, I sure hope so.
Yes, I do believe he did. Thank you. All of you.
I can't figure it out. Who could have fired those arrows that killed Nachtigal?
I have no idea. But for an instant, I sensed a strength that was equal to the power of a great spirit.
Well, it's definitely not your pals, since they're trapped in the lance. Wasn't there also talk about a great spirit-like presence in the attack on Hamil?
There are two possibilities. Either the enemy has found a way to control the Four, or there are other great spirits of which I am not aware.
So we're going to end up fighting a great spirit either way. Wonderful.
I understand that humans haven't engaged in large-scale warfare since the Battle of Fezabel 20 years ago.
For someone who doesn't meddle in human business, you sure seem to know a lot about our history.
I read a book about recent human history while I was convalescing in Lorand.
You read it in a book? Guess Jude's not the only honor student.
The book confirmed my theory. Humans haven't changed one bit since ancient times.
And I suppose your impression of ancient times also comes from a book.
Did you say something?
Oh, I just said that as long as humans never change, we mercenaries will never go hungry. Has our eminent tactician figured out how the enemy plans to cross Fezabel Marsh?
I'm afraid not. During the Renome season, the marsh flow weakens enough to make a crossing possible. But spirit climb changes have been thrown off kilter. The marsh flow should remain active.
What's this marsh flow?
The marsh's many bodies of water are linked together, with their water flowing through underground channels. If you were to fall into one, you'd get carried off to who knows where.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem. I'm a great swimmer.
The maze of channels is quite complicated. It could be 10 years before you're finally pulled to the surface.
Yikes. Don't know if I can hold my breath for that long.
And yet the enemy intends to cross it with a full army. That leads me to one conclusion.
That Rashugal has a tactician even greater than the conductor himself?
Yes. The key to Rashugal's strategy is the hill that overlooks the basin where the two armies are fighting.
You believe they will set the Lance of Kresnik there?
It seems likely. From there, they can snare the entire enemy army while they're all gathered together. If the Lance of Kresnik truly is a mana-powered weapon, it would be a very advantageous location. But to think Deputy Chief of Staff Gillen could pick out that spot so accurately is quite a surprise.
Such a man must not be taken lightly.
I had always thought him a talentless lickspittle who won his position by flattering Nachtigal. But it may be time to reassess that opinion.
We have to fight hard for everyone's sake.
We can do it!
Are you feeling well?
Huh? Why do you ask?
At your age, you should be worrying about yourself.
Oh, it's nothing important. But if your health changes, please tell me right away.
What he probably means is, if you gotta pee, do it before the war breaks out.
I'm fine.
Mind your own bladder.
Well, certainly no sign of side effects yet.